Gather round, heroes, and join me for an in-depth look into the secrets of Demeo. In this series, we completely spoil the climax of each book, the boss battles, by neutralizing their superpowers and exploiting their weaknesses.
And there she is.
Rune Barim, the Elven Queen, guards the black sarcophagus located under the elven capital of Felgor. Finding her is super easy. The level 3 map is very small, it's always the same, and she only appears in a few potential locations. You should be able to locate her in 2 turns tops. On the first monster move, she will give away her position by using Summon Cultist all around her, or an Unheard will cast invulnerability on her. You can tell it's her because she's the tallest enemy. Reaching her is easy. If you can reach her on the first turn, you can eliminate her minions before they can make her invulnerable, and give her something to attack besides summoning more minions. Pitfighter's Leap, Portal of Gnaws, and Teleport, possibly with a regroup chaser, can distract her from making minions by giving her something to attack directly. And she's not terrible while not berserk, just equivalent to a cave troll. Portal of Gnaws also lets you toss in and detonate some lamps to do a little spring cleaning before even using an action point.
A bone for you.
Usually you'll end up going the long way around, and some monsters are going to get in your way. If you're not confident enough to take down the Queen while ignoring them, it's nice to be prepared with a web bomb, bottle of lye, and panic powder. Charm is excellent against most major enemies, lasting 3 turns. Guiding Light is great, and you can keep enemies blinded for up to 5 turns, and also pen them in. Leviathan is only good against light enemies, up to giant slimes and elven marauders, but can still be used to pen in anything. Freeze can handle groups of minor and medium monsters. Coinflip may, or may not, be the best card for major monsters. No need to ration these cards, it's all stuff that isn't great against the Queen. She is attended and further protected by a retinue of spellcasters, unseen, unheard, and unspoken. Expect at least 2 of each of these to start, and more will spawn throughout the fight. Heroes with ranged attacks are good at picking them off. Emplacements and friendlies can also help with these. Taking them out permanently in the future is better than taking them out temporarily now. You don't want them coming back in 2 turns right when things are heating up, so I'd rather have Behemoth than Warcry. Your primary target is the Unspoken with red scepters if they are in build-up state. If allowed to cast, they will banish a hero to the far reaches of the board, taking them out of the fight for a turn or 2, and making Adamant Potion next to useless. Your secondary target is the Unheard, with the golden scepters. Kill on sight. They select the strongest enemy in sight to be their master, even another cultist, and make them invulnerable for 1 turn every turn. Once the master is selected, this can be maintained even without line of sight. You'll see them use this ability during monster movement, giving away their position, after which Pitfighter's Leap is exceptional at dealing with it. Masters can change. If they select a master which moves after them, the invulnerability immediately expires and is wasted. This never happens to the Queen, who moves first. Because of this, new Unheard are a higher priority than old Unheard. Your tertiary target is the Unseen with blue scepters. They only hit for 1 damage, but if they have line of sight and they aren't in melee range, they can summon another Unseen that acts immediately. This chain reacts and you end up with a conga line of Unseen that only ends when one is close enough for a melee attack. The Elven Queen can summon 3 to 5 cultists of random type into a 7x7 area up to 3 spaces away. These do not act immediately, so you have time to dispatch them. Cultists only have 3 hit points, so area of effect is more important than damage when dealing with a mass summoning. Heaven's Fury, Vortex, Booby Trap, Shattering Voice, Astral Strike, and Launch Lamp are fine, though each of these has its own caveat.
That pompous, bad-tempered old tyrant.
Combat-wise, she's the equivalent of a Cave Troll, Fire Elemental, and Elven Priest rolled into one. Apart from her unique cultists, you should already know what to expect, so killing her is easy.
Don't fear any foe.
The Bard supports effectively with Courage Shanty, as the whole party can stay together for this fight. The Guardian strategy is to chip away, possibly with some additional cannon fire. Try using one attack or whirlwind attack to maneuver, followed by a piercing throw or charge to hit multiple enemies.
As they hone
The
in,
Warlock,
just
with a
accept
Fortitude
your
3 Asticat, uses Master's Call and Astral Strike in combination for good and efficient damage. The Assassin deals big damage with Blink, and he can make those cards last longer in combination with Stealth. Varga's Retribution lets the Barbarian one-hit kill her with Varga sucked from her own summons. You can also use Pitfighter's Leap to deliver a killing blow while she's trapped behind a magic wall, if that's how you remove her invulnerability. The Sorcerer pumps out high damage so long as he has Fireball cards, ideally enhanced with Poison or Luck. The Barrier of Fury is excellent here, and if you trap the Elven Queen while invulnerable, you only need to wait a turn for it to dissipate to deliver the coup de grace. Finally, Hunter's Mark effectively reduces her to half hit points. One card, no action points, and it's hilarious taking her out with a splash of cool, refreshing water.
You have slain me. I'll need the monster.
When she goes berserk at half hit points, she will attack 3 times per turn, with the highest total melee attack damage of any boss. That makes a fight a moderate challenge to survive. A single adamant potion for a melee fighter actually makes it easy. Her special abilities are actually preferable to getting hit by her melee attacks. Fireball is her ranged special attack. It always hits for 5 fire damage. With an Astral Barrier, that means it always deflects back on the Elven Queen, and her invulnerability will have just dropped before casting, so it's a fun way to do a little bit of damage. Earthshatterer is her up-close special attack, which knocks everything back 2 spaces and rains down 9 rocks in a large area centered on the target, hitting friend and foe alike for 4 damage. You can't defend against it, but the damage isn't bad and you're usually not even hit. Manage the fight carefully for the first half. Focus on defense. Make sure you can do your best damage on the turn she goes berserk, the goal being to drop her hit points to 0 before she even gets a turn. If you have artillery and friendlies, estimate their damage too, so you don't accidentally push her too far. If she gets a turn while berserk, make sure she's attacking what you want her to attack. The Guardian's armor helps a little bit, but only up to the point where she goes berserk. Likewise, the Behemoth and Healing Wards can take a hit, but a Barricade from Kleepdos is even better, sucking up 2 hits. Use Knockback to push her towards what you want her to attack. What she attacks can be hard to control. She normally attacks the closest thing with the lowest hit points, but she can also lock on to a random party member and go full aggro. I've seen her ignore the entire party to break a barricade across the map while ignoring a lure. The Sorcerer's Magic Shield halves damage taken by a single recipient. You get your biggest bang casting this on heroes with the highest hit points and armor, as it effectively doubles them. This is fine early on, but once she's berserk, you'll want to layer multiple defenses like Lure and Weaken. Protection from the Bard's Courage Shanty is barely noticeable against high-damaging bosses, but the Song of Resilience can be nice. If you surround her with at least 3 targets, her knockback pushes them away so she doesn't attack them again, distributing the damage across 3 heroes or emplacements. Kana can be used as a buffer for the heroes, but losing her also cripples the Warlock for a turn, unless she has some Astral Strikes or other attacks that don't rely on Kana. When the Assassin uses Stealth, that only means something else is going to take a hit. Think of your Stealth as a weapon, getting the bonus damage out of Cursed Dagger and Blink cards. A Death Blow for 22 damage does leave them vulnerable, but the Queen will be weakened. This drops her biggest threat, melee attacks, from 27 damage to 12. The Assassin uses Cursed Dagger to apply weakened status for 1 turn while remaining stealthed. The Barbarian uses Howl of the Ancients for 2 turns, but neither of these can be applied when she's invulnerable. Giving her something else to attack can save your skin.
They'll be drawn to
The Hunter's Lure, when placed as far away as possible while still being visible, makes her waste a lot of time getting to it, destroying it, and coming back. Or even lure locks her into oblivion.
Good. Now it's the enemy time.
Overall, Hunter is the most well-rounded and effective Elven Queen killer.
I've marked them all.
The Sorcerer and Barbarian have some amazing tools against her, and the Warlock can hold her own. For the others, prepare for a long battle and get what help you can at Kleepdos.
What should I do?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Out of 9 recordings, I selected the worst one to show here. The party banned the use of Adamant Potion, Lure, Hunter's Mark, Varga, and Barrier of Fury. We're starting off with a bang, trying to remove the cultists in the main chamber.
My staff is ready. A bolt of lightning! Be gone!
My stride is swift.
We agree to wait a turn
Ready.
and apply Astral Barrier. Mostly this is out of fear of ice elementals.
An astral barrier.
It is the enemy's turn.
Multiple unspoken in the build-up state. We'll deal with them before turning to the Elven Queen, even though she's right there.
Just like time.
That's not our fault. She threw herself in front of that arrow. Zedekar is going to deal with them all at once, with a vortex pulling in water and ice lamps. This will kill all cultists, while pulling in and freezing any monster in the shadows. This requires the utmost precision.
This is gonna take Cracker Jack timing, Wang. Total concentration. You ready, Jack? I was born ready.
It's me.
Now, what will the fiends do?
Deflecting Fireball back on the Queen is fun, but the rest of the monster move shows us rock bottom. Only half the party's wiped out. We're not going to let that get us distracted. That web bomb hit a fire elemental as well, so the giant spider is busy for a turn.
Back, I say!
Zedekar freezes the cultists and stuns both elementals.
Bolt of lightning!
Nice shot, it looks like we're over the yips.
I say.
Welcome back.
My armor is my bulwark. Lighting my lantern. This will cause some ache.
The monsters are all under control now, so we turn to the Elven Queen and drop her to 55% hit points at the end of the turn.
As they hone in, just accept your fate.
The fiends.
She's 6 spaces from Kana, but her movement is 2, so the elementals get in her way, slow her down, and keep her from reaching us. The goal now is to kill her in 1 turn. Zedekar has a couple of fireballs, dropping her to 20%.
Fire to me!
instead of hitting her once, Sigrun picks
Have
up
strength
Aileen
now,
to give
it's
us
me.
2 attacks.
This will cause some ache.
Oana can't decide, so she takes out the Berserk Giant Spider, while Kana takes down the Queen to below 10%.
Strike!
I feel much better.
And Aileen mops up the remainder.
Poisoned arrow.
You have slain the keeper.
Once you're killing the Queen in record time, try progressing to smaller and smaller teams until you're soloing her with the Bard.
Dare to dream, Arnold. Dare to dream.
Thanks for checking out another masterclass. If any of this was valuable to you and you come back alive after defeating the evil plaguing our land, please take a moment to click like. This has been my Why. I'll see you in Hell Mar.